So on the latest episode of Kill Tony, David Lucas proved to us yet again that he's not only a creepy guy, but a downright terrible comedian as well. Because when it was time to do the roasting that he's known for, the guy who sells Roast God merch never really did any roasting. He couldn't even go back and forth with the bucket pulls. Like when he told this random bucket pull that he wanted to bang his girlfriend, he basically just sat there in silence when the guy clapped back at him. Then he refused to turn it into a roast battle after getting owned.
Your girlfriend is in England.
Yeah, she goes to a different country.
What bar does she work at in England?
I don't fucking know.
Because I go there in 2 weeks. I want to fuck her.
Oh, you're too big.
Too big.
Nah,
No, yeah, for sure.
you look gay.
Uh-oh.
I can take your girl.
Wow, got real here for a second. David looked a man in the eyes and said, I'm going to fuck your girlfriend.
She ain't never had stomach on her forehead. I'm going to show her what it's about.
You gotta fit through the door first.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
This is not turned into a roast battle. I don't know what y'all...
Oh, my
No,
God.
I don't want it to be there. I love you.
You see, the craziest part about David Lucas is that he actually believes that he's this ultra-smooth, cool guy chick magnet that girls can't get enough of, which leads him to say stuff like this. In reality, though, he's just another sex pest lurking around the mothership, and at this point he should be behind bars for the stuff he's admitted to doing. Let's not forget how he openly confessed to putting his girlfriend into a John Jones-style guillotine until he TKO'd her unconscious.
I used to be a crazy boyfriend, bro. I used to be like one of them little jealous niggas. And she was taking a shower when she was about to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you about to go out and be a hoe, this, that, and the other. I was like, I might as well just stop fucking with your ass. And then she said something like, I was like, yeah, I was talking shit like, yeah, you gonna miss this dick. And she was like, I can always suck another. Or something like, it set me off, and I grabbed that bitch from behind her neck, bro. And that bitch, I took her, dog, and she passed out. She passed out of my arm in literally like 5 or 6 seconds. Scared.
Oh my gosh.
I was so scared. I thought
Was that in the shower?
She was drying off.
Drying off?
Yeah, bro. She collapsed in my. That was scary as a bitch, bro.
What'd you do?
As soon as she hit the ground, she woke back up. I started crying.
Did you drop her or you sort of set her on the ground?
Bro, I literally, like, imagine you talking to somebody,
Yeah.
and before you know, they just pass out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared to catch a body,
Right.
to catch her falling body.
Literally and figuratively.
Man, listen, bro. When she fell to the ground and she woke up, she was like, what happened?
What'd you say? You slipped in the bathtub?
I told her that she was yelling, and then she just fell out.
What did she say? How'd she take that?
She believed it.
So this is the type of guy we're dealing with, okay? He literally refers to himself as a gorilla pimp in this podcast while bragging about pulling WWE moves on women all the time.
Bitch, you fucking with a pimp. You expect to get cheated on. Gorilla pimps ain't no joke, bro.
What is a gorilla pimp? Just like a strong pimp?
Yeah, like that means he bitches choking hoes. I bitch.
To death?
To the brink of death.
Yeah.
That bitch will see the light, then I bring her back.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Get your ass up, bitch.
And so, whenever David's around women, things get really weird. Because he clearly has strange thoughts about them that have warped his entire reality. And so before we continue with more clips from that Kill Tony episode, I wanted to show you a clip that actually shows this delusional perspective in real time. And if you haven't seen it already, basically David exposed himself after he posted a video in London, England, saying that all the girls there were ugly, and that he's a 20 out of 10 in the UK.
yeah, boy, I can see why America wanted to become America, boy. You wake up and see a bitch that look like this every morning with that brown teeth and the food, nigga, I would have separated too. Shout out to 1776, all these basic face-ass bitches. The ugliest people in the world reside in London. I am a 20 over here.
No, Mr. Scratch and Sniff, you are not a 20 out of 10 there, let alone anywhere on this planet. So of course after posting that, he got utterly destroyed in his comment section. Because despite the fact that he calls himself a comedian, it's very obvious that when he talks this way, he's being 100% serious, and he just masks it with the cadence and delivery of a joke. But anyways, getting back to the Kill Tony episode, it's been a while since David Lucas has made a guest appearance on the show, with his last one being from fall of 2023. He's also been mostly quiet this year when it came to podcast appearances or specials, which happened almost directly after getting destroyed by the likes of The Elephant Graveyard, Too Lazy to Try, and Mike David from Red Bar. So since then, he's went on this little hiatus into the shadows. And you might be wondering, what is David Lucas doing on this little break of his? Well, apparently he befriended this guy, his local dealer, who made an appearance on this show as a bucket pull that night. And so when this guy's doing his interview, it's kind of clear that David is ashamed to be friends with this guy, because as you'll see shortly, this guy is also a scumbag, with all his jokes revolving around him being a deadbeat, alcoholic dad.
You're doing good. You're doing
Thank
good.
you.
David Lucas.
Man, it's crazy. Rudy is actually a friend of mine. I know him very well.
Yeah, I'm his plug.
And he...
I sell him Coke, but Ozempic's not working in it right now, so...
Rudy get me all the snack foods before they come out in stores.
Shouts out on my vatos.
No, but Rudy is actually a really horrible father. The night he had his...
Yeah, tell him about it.
Bro, we're taking shots. And he's like, oh, yeah, my baby was just born. And I'm like, today? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, nigga, go be a fucking father. You got that chick in the hospital by herself while you here taking shots,
I got a
bro.
dream I got to chase. She knows, yeah.
Did you go hang out with your newborn kid after
Yeah,
that?
yeah, of course,
So you
yeah.
did shots with David Lucas, and then you went and hung
Then
out
I went
with
straight to the hospital. I had to get fucked up to watch that shit. That shit was just a little wild.
But you didn't even watch it. The kid came out when you were drinking with David, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like holding him and shit. Yeah.
Oh. You had to get drunk to look your baby in the eyes.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I was not ready for that.
Yes. I see
Thank you.
very clearly why you and David get along so well.
In the fridge.
This guy also admitted to crashing his car with David Lucas while under the influence, which I thought was pretty funny because David hated that guy brought it up and was visibly embarrassed to even be in the same conversation as him.
So you're not drinking as much as you used to drink.
Yeah, I chilled out. Yeah, I still drink, though. I get fucked up.
Give us an example of a time recently in which you've gotten fucked up.
Oh, I crashed my car with David. I mean, not with David, but... Yeah.
Why the fuck would you say that?
What do you ask me? I gotta be honest.
David,
That's what
put
this
the
show's about,
microphone
Mike.
down. Tell me the whole story. Let's go.
Yeah.
David was with you?
Yeah, David is my best friend. Love this
Yes,
guy.
he was.
So this, ladies and gents, is what David Lucas does on his average night. He rolls around in the shadows with guys that look like low-level criminals in the opening scenes of a Batman movie. And honestly, after everything that he exposed about himself last year, it's not shocking that he's doing this now. I mean, he really couldn't torture me into admitting some of the stuff he said and did in those podcasts. Like when he said women enjoy being R-worded to a fellow female comedian in a podcast episode that was actually never released to the public.
You know,
I'll never get along with David Lucas.
you won't get along with him. Why not?
He did our podcast and he just said the dumbest shit ever.
What'd he say?
He said that 8 out of 10 women are come when they are raped, or something like 80% of women come when they're raped. And me and Ian
Did
were
he
like,
read that, or is that his research?
More of an admission.
right. And me and Ian just lost our minds. We just roasted the shit out of him.
Where does
We were
that
like,
come
"Are you
from?
kidding?"
Where does that come from?
He said it was a statistic he found, and we roast him until
Can we see what the statistic of how
It's
many women
5.
come? First of all, 80% of women don't come.
exactly.
Period.
That's why
there's
it's so
much less when
funny.
they rape. I'm sure there are. I know there are rape comers.
The word is
They're out there.
is that the statistic was that there's like 5 out of 10 have a physical reaction, which is like, yeah, if you stick something in me a whole bunch, I'm gonna get wet.
So they get wet.
yeah.
During the.
But to come, and we just
50%
roast
get
him,
wet.
and then he made us delete.
That would be my biggest fucking
And
defense.
black guys hate getting wet.
Wait, you deleted the
bet
episode?
that's- Well, he was like, "Yo, I talked to my lawyer, and he said we shouldn't actually put that part in." And we were just like, then we're deleting the whole thing because that was the only funny part because he
Wow.
just sits there and says nothing. I think his
What a great
comedy is.
lawyer.
So again, this is the type of guy we're dealing with here, alright? And no, he's not a shock comic. When it comes to the topic of women, he's sharing his personal beliefs, and as many other comedians do, he masks these beliefs with the cadence and delivery of a joke. So to people that don't know who he is, it sounds like it's a joke, but he's not joking, guys. But now all we have left to do is wait for the UK episode to drop, since word on the street is that it was quite possibly the worst Kill Tony episode of all time. So I'm really looking forward to that and diving into it, but with that being said, that is it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Kind of cute.
Me? You're saying this
Little
about a minor.
earring.
I'm
You're
17.
older than 17.
I promise I'm 17.
Let me see.
I
Let me see your ID.
put so much effort into that shit and you won't even smell it.
Let me rub your back.
You won't even smell it.
Let me rub your back.
Why you touch-
Get real nice and close like we're in prison. Sit that little pale booty down.
I can't even be a predator if that's what you're alluding to.
No, Game of Thrones. What is you talking about, bro? What is you talking about?
Because I thought you were trying to.
You on some weird
I
shit.
showed you a predator.
I'm not a predator.
No, for sure.
Skip the question, bro. We ain't even finna entertain that bullshit you talking about right now, because I got children, and that's a very sensitive
Go
topic.
past it.
Yeah. I'll put my hand in my ass and make you smell it, bitch. Come here, nigga. Put that shit in your face now. You want to smell it, nigga?
No,
You still gonna smell this ass. I ain't took no shower, and I'm straight off a plane. Boy, this shit. You gotta scratch the ass. Scratch the ass so you can smell it.